Football bans don't just stop players from playing, they stop time. 1 minute you're at the top of the game, next you're a headline, a meme, or worse, forgotten. But what happens after the cameras move on? Some players vanish after their suspensions, others come back like monsters, hungrier, sharper, deadlier. From bite bans to doping scandals, betting breakdowns to kung fu kicks, these are the stories of rise, fall, and redemption. This is what really happened to footballers after they got banned. And trust me, some of these comebacks hit harder than the bans themselves. Let's start with the infamous Suarez bite ban. A moment that shook the world of football. In 2014, LuisSuarez bit off a bit more than he could chew. Literally, at the World Cup in front of millions, he sank his teeth into Giorgio Chiellini. The world erupted, FIFA banned him from all football for 4 months. And this wasn't even after his first bite, believe it or not. Suarez couldn't even enter a stadium. He missed the start of Barcelona's season, and yet, this was not the end. Because when he came back with a vengeance. Debuting for Barcelona in October 2014, Suarez didn't just return, he tore through defenses, scored in El Clasico, and helped Barca lift the Champions League. He scored over 30 goals a season. His name, once mocked, was now feared again. Yes, the bite stained his legacy, but what happened after? He became one of the greatest strikers of the modern era. But while Suarez's bite sparked a fiery comeback, PaulPogba's path to redemption would prove way harder. PaulPogba's fall wasn't violent, it wasn't explosive, it was just really slow and painful. Once the most expensive player in the world, Pogba returned to Juventus in 2022 to reboot his career. But in 2023, disaster struck. He tested positive for banned steroid. He said it was accidental. The media didn't care. The Italian anti-doping authorities hit him with a 4-year ban. Ouch. And just like that, one of the game's most recognizable stars was poof, gone. By late 2024, Pogba's contract was terminated. He was training alone, talking about nightmares and redemption. But the truth, he was just 31. And already a football ghost. Luckily, the Court of Arbitration for Sport reduced his ban to 18 months. His nightmare had an end date, and he can return to football this year, 2025, and he might play the 2026 World Cup. But, well, nothing is guaranteed anymore. This wasn't a scandal Pogba could just dance past. This was a career paused by doubt and silence. His redemption arc hasn't even started yet. But if he finds a way back, it will be one of football's most emotional comebacks ever. Now, Pogba's nightmare is still happening, it's still unfolding, but some players turn their darkest moments into iconic comebacks, like EricCantona. This wasn't a heated argument, this was something else. It was January 25th, 1995. Manchester United had just played Crystal Palace and EricCantona had been sent off. As he walked off the pitch, a Palace fan, Matthew Simmons, shouted some nasty things at him from the front row. Now, what happened next would go down in football history. Cantona suddenly sprinted forward and launched a karate-style, I kid you not, kick into the chest of the fan. Followed by punches, players, staff, and security swarmed in, but the damage was done. The footage went viral before viral was even a thing. The consequences were massive. The FA handed Cantona a 9-month ban, 120 hours of community service, and a £20,000 fine. He missed the rest of the season, and with it, Manchester United's title hopes slipped away to Blackburn. But Cantona wasn't finished. He returned the next season not as a faded figure, but a man reborn. In his comeback game against Liverpool, he assisted 1 goal and scored a penalty. He became the heartbeat of United's attack again, and by the end of the season, he had captained the club to the Premier League and FA Cup double, scoring the winner in the final against Liverpool. What should have and could have been a career-ending scandal became part of the legend. Because Cantona didn't just survive the ban, he came back and ruled like a king. Now, not every story ends in triumph like the last one. For some, like Maradona, the fall was way too much to overcome. In 1994, football's most gifted icon was about to face his darkest reckoning. DiegoMaradona wasn't just a footballer, he was a deity in Argentina. He carried Napoli to glory, dragged Argentina to a World Cup, and played the game like it was poetry in motion. But behind the brilliance, it was chaos. At the 1994 World Cup in the USA, Maradona looked sharp, too sharp. Maradona was kicked out of the tournament, banned from international football for 15 months, and the world watched their idol crumble in real time. His image, once divine, you could even put him right next to the Pope, and now his face is plastered across tabloids in disgrace. Now, this wasn't his first offense. In 1991, while at Napoli, he tested positive for cocaine and was banned for 15 months as well. That moment started the spiral. Legal issues, weight problems, near-death hospitalizations. Now, Maradona did return to the pitch briefly, but he was never the same. Unlike others, he did not bounce back with silverware. His comeback wasn't about redemption, it was a slow, tragic fade. His final games with Boca Juniors were flashes of what once was, not what could be again. Maradona wasn't destroyed by one band, he was eaten alive by many. Because when gods fall, they don't crash. They descend slowly, painfully, and with the world watching every horrible step. While Maradona's decline was slow, Joey Barton's career was a series of explosive moments that kept him in the headlines. Joey Barton was just not another midfielder. He was tough, fiery, sharp-tongued, and completely unpredictable. But that unpredictability didn't just play out on the pitch, it exploded off of it too. In 2008, Barton was jailed for 6 months after a violent assault in Liverpool city centre. CCTV footage showed him punching a man repeatedly and then attacking a teenager. Not good. He was released after serving 77 days, but the damage to his career and his reputation was far from over. That same year, the FA hit him with a 12-match ban for attacking his own teammate Ousmane Dabo during training at Manchester City. Dabo ended up in hospital with head injuries, and Barton's excuse? It wasn't just a scuffle. And the madness didn't stop. In 2017, Barton received one of the longest bans in English football history, 18 months for breaking betting rules. He had placed 1,260 bets on football matches over a 10-year span. Wow, including games involving his own teams. That's pretty bad. That was the final straw. Barton, then 34 and playing for Burnley, announced his forced retirement from football. There would be no fairy tale return, no dramatic redemption arc. Instead, Barton returned to management, bringing that same raw, combustible energy to the dugout. Controversies followed him into coaching too. Touchline arguments, police investigations, suspension after suspension. Joey Barton didn't get banned once. He got banned again and again and again. Because some footballers break the rules, but Barton? Nah, he made chaos his signature. And then there's IvanToney. Banned, overlooked, and yet somehow he had already proved people wrong with his comeback. IvanToney's career hit a major bump when he was banned for 232 football bets between 2017 and 2021, 115 of them on Brentford games, and worse still, Tony passed insider info to friends for betting, leading to a £50,000 fine and a ban from Brentford's first team training until September 2023. And the most gutting of all? He missed out on the 2022 World Cup. Now that left him demoralized. But Tony didn't let this derail him. When he returned to training in September 2023, the fire in him was undeniable. His comeback was nothing short of spectacular. On January 20th, 2024, in his first match back, he scored a stunning free kick against Nottingham Forest, proving he still had it. By March 2024, Tony had scored 4 more goals and earned a call-up to England's squad, all the while shaking off the shadows of his past mistakes. The 29-year-old striker is currently playing for Saudi's side, Al Ahly. Now his redemption arc was swift and powerful. From banished outcast to Premier League hero, Tony's story shows that even after a massive fall, it's possible to rise again, stronger, hungrier, and ready to repay the trust that was once wavered. And there you have it, folks, the rise and fall of footballers who were banned and made comebacks that no one saw coming. From bad boys to redemption stories, it's proof that football isn't just about goals, it's about resilience, redemption, and the drive to come back stronger. Whether they made it through or got swallowed by their own mistakes, these stories prove one thing: every downfall is just the step for an even bigger comeback. If you like this deep dive into the lives of footballers after the whistle blows, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a Kick Universe exclusive.